If you walk into a plastic surgery clinic today in Seoul, Bangkok, or Hanoi, and you ask the women in the waiting room, "Why are you here?" most will give you a very similar answer. "I'm doing this for myself. I just want to feel more confident." As a psychological practitioner, I spend a lot of time thinking about that word, myself. In our modern world, we celebrate choice feminism, the idea that any choice a woman makes is empowering as long as she chooses it. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Our choices do not exist in a vacuum. When we live in a world where AI filters, movie stars, and job advertisements all subtly signal that eyes must be large and nose must be high to be considered professional or beautiful, does the choice to get surgery still belong entirely to you, or is it a response to a world that has made you feel incorrect in your own skin? Let's talk about the Eurocentric standard. We often hear that we aren't trying to look white, we are just trying to look like a better version of Asian. But let's look at the history. Why is a high bridge nose considered better? For centuries, through colonialism and the global domination of Western media, the Western face became the face of success. It became the face of the global elite. Psychologically, this is called halo effect association. We subconsciously associate Western features with wealth, education, and modernity. When an Asian woman asks for a higher nose, she isn't just asking for a bone structure. She is subconsciously asking for the perceived status that comes with it. This is a form of intergenerational trauma. We have been told for so long that our flat features, our monoliths, our wider faces are primitive or plain compared to the refined West. We are literally carving our history off our faces to fit into a global mold. Now, I want to speak directly to the women who have had surgery or are considering it. I'm not here to tell you that you are wrong. In fact, from a psychological standpoint, your choice is very logical. We live in a reality of pretty privilege. Studies show that people perceived as more attractive by societal standards are more likely to get hired, get promoted, and be treated with more kindness by strangers. In a competitive society, getting surgery is a survival strategy. It's a tool, like getting a degree or learning a new language. You are upgrading your social capital to navigate a harsh world. But here is a psychological cost. When you fix a part of yourself because you think it's a flaw, you are telling your brain that your natural self is an enemy to be defeated. This creates a dissociation. You look in the mirror and you see a project instead of a person. This is why many women find that after one surgery, they immediately find a new flaw to fix. The surgery healed the nose, but it didn't heal the sense of inadequacy underneath. But look at our neighbors. Why is it that in Japan, an actor with a prominent canine tooth is still considered a national treasure? Why is it that in Thailand, diversity of appearance is so tolerantly accepted? The answer lies in cultural filters. Japan has wabi-sabi, a philosophy that teaches us to love our flaws, to love our imperfection. Thailand has Theravada Buddhism, emphasizing naturalness and letting go of attachment to appearance. In these countries, the indigenous culture is strong enough to say no to the encroachment of Western standards. They don't need to repair themselves to become valuable. Conversely, in places where Confucianism places heavy pressure on looks and standards, we lack that buffer. We look in the mirror and only see flaws that need fixing. We undergo surgery because we lack a philosophy that embraces our own cracks. Cosmetic surgery, in that context, is not freedom, but a psychological migration, an escape from an identity considered inferior in search of illusory validation. How do we break the cycle? It starts with recontextualizing our futures. In the ancient philosophy of physiognomy in Vietnam and China, beauty was about the spirit and the balance of the face. A wider face was seen as blessed. A monolith's eyes were sharp and deep. Our ancestors saw our faces as a mark of resilience. Your nose, your eyes, your jawline, they are the result of thousands of years of survival in this specific climate, in this specific land. When we embrace hybrid beauty, we say, I can use modern skincare, I can enjoy fashion, but I will not erase the mark of my people. We need to stop looking at Western faces as the gold standard and start looking at them as just another option. Confidence shouldn't come from looking like everyone else. It should come from the radical act of being uniquely yourself in a world that wants you to be a copy. To the women listening, your value is not a math equation of your futures. If you choose surgery, do it with your eyes wide open. Know that you are navigating a system, but don't let that system own your soul. And to those who choose to keep their natural features, you are a revolutionary in a world of e-line. Your e-line is an act of courage. Let's build a third space of beauty, one that honors our heritage, understands our modern pressure, but ultimately choose authenticity over assimilation. Thank you for joining me today. Keep your eyes open and your heart even more so. I'm Mallorie, and this is Mallorie and a Cup of Psychology.